Shalom and welcome to all the participants of the Beit El Institution's Gala Dinner. Here we are at the entrance to Beit El, at the Jacob's Ladder Monument. Jacob's Ladder, of course, the ladder from the Bible, from the dream of Jacob, the ladder which connects heaven and earth. Here in Beit El, we connect heaven and earth with the Torah, the nation of Israel, and of course, building the land of Israel. And Beit El does all of this with the help of our American friends under the leadership of Eugene and Jeannie Gluck. Let's begin. It's sunny outside, and before we enter the community of Beit El, I want to get a drink. And now I'm going to show you a wonderful project, a rest and refreshment stop for soldiers.
Our youth look for projects to make good for Am Yisrael and to others. So they decided to make this nice place to the soldiers. And we want that our soldiers will have nice place to come, have a seat, make something hot to drink, and make good time with their friend between the activities in the army.
Okay, this is comfortable, too comfortable. It's time to work. Join me as we enter the community of Beit El. The Beit El institutions understand that to raise the next generation with the values of the Torah, the nation, and the land, it all begins from the young age. And young age means kindergarten. It's like this one here. Now we're going to meet a kindergarten teacher, and we're going to let her tell you how many years already she's fulfilling this dream of educating the young generation.
I've been a ganenet, a kindergarten teacher, for almost 30 years. I in particular like teaching them Bible stories. And especially when we tell the story about Jacob and his ladder, and we tell the children that it happened in Beit El, right here where we live.
Yes, as Nechama mentioned, the land of Israel is the land of our forefathers. Here at the outskirts of Beit El, one of the sites where one of the stories of our forefathers actually occurred, the site of Jacob's dream, the dream of the ladder, of course. To learn more about this site, and we're now going to hear from Rabbi Dr. Yehuda Borer. Many of you are, of course, familiar with Rabbi Yehuda Borer as he takes part in our gala dinners throughout the years. This year, for medical reasons, he could not come, but that does not mean that we will not have him as part of our dinner. So let's hear from Rabbi Yehuda Borer.
The tremendous importance of this place is the fact that Hashem gave the birthright to the Holy Land, first to Abraham, and it was then transferred to Yaakov Avinu, right here, this is here. Also, Hashem appeared to him, and his name was changed from Yaakov to Yisrael.
Thank you very much, Rabbi Yehuda Borer. We all wish you many years of activity and the benefit of the nation of Israel, and we're very happy that this gala dinner is dedicated to you. So after we experienced the lesson here out on the field, it's time to go back to the community of Beit El, back to school, where hundreds of boys and girls from around the area learn every day with lots of smiles. The Bnei Tzvi Yeshiva High School is a vibrant yeshiva. The students here enjoy to learn. And there are results. Let's hear it from the students.
There's a good atmosphere here, and everyone's happy, everyone wants to be here, everyone learns extra hours. For example, last year, Elkanah Friedman from the grade below me, he won the World Championship of Tanakh. And he did that because from the encouragement of his teachers and the rabbis. And I remember seeing him here learning extra hours because he was encouraged and he wanted to and he liked it.
And as we continue with the story of education in Beit El, we arrive here at the Jeannie Gluck High School for Girls. Here we meet not only girls from Beit El, not only girls from the region of Binyamin, but girls from the entire state of Israel. And this is, of course, because of the high level of the education here.
We're celebrating 25 years to the Ulpana this year, and we have thousands of graduates all over the country, which really feel responsibility for all of Am Yisrael.
That's from the Jeannie Gluck Girls High School, where 400 girls from around the country study. And that feeling of responsibility is especially strongly felt here at the Gluck IDF Preparatory Academy.
It is really unusual to see the amount of work, educational work, in preparing boys of the age of 18 and 19 who were a little bit lost or were looking for their way into the Israeli society, into the IDF. I think that for the army it's an amazing privilege that someone is doing this work in order to prepare them better to the military service.
Now this, my friends, is a dream that came true, a magnificent permanent structure for the Beit El Yeshiva Beit Midrash. The Beit Midrash was inaugurated with the installation of a new Torah scroll, donated by Daniel and Razi Benedict. The Beit El Yeshiva, led by Rabbi Zalman Melamed, is the spiritual engine behind what we're seeing here today.
What you see behind me is the most important and wonderful project that we have just finished, the new Beis Midrash. In this Beis Midrash learn more than 300 students from the early morning to the late hours at night. So let me tell you, without your support, we could have never finished this amazing project. So thank you, and you're always welcome to Beit El.
The Beit El Institution students who are dedicated to Torah learning are our heroes. And when we delve into their personal stories and focus on education, we meet one of those heroes, Yedidya Solomon.
At age 3, I was diagnosed with leukemia, ALL, and I started with the chemotherapy and everything. After a few months, the doctors told us to try to do a bone marrow transplant. And that's where I went through the process of the transplant. I was cured from the leukemia. But because of all the treatments and the radiation I had to go through, my kidneys, which were damaged in the process, I had to go through a kidney transplant. And since then, it's almost 10 years. Thank Hashem, I'm healthy. I started here in 9th grade and learned here, educated here for 4 years. And after I finished high school, I decided to continue to the Yeshiva Gvoha in Beit El. Half a year ago, I found my wife also here in Beit El. Both me and my wife learned, educated here in Beit El. We're both now learning chinuch, learning education, because we see ourselves, we see our task as giving the ideals, and ideals we learned here, we got here to others.
And now we're here at the offices of Arutz Sheva, IsraelNationalNews.com. And how's this connected to the whole education story? That is exactly the idea. The Beit El institutions understood that it's not only about educating their people, their community, their neighbors. Beit El institution spreads the word of Torah and Jewish spirituality, and of course tell the story, the true story of the state of Israel. At the entrance to the community of Beit El, as we complete the tour of this educational enterprise, it's time to remember that this all is thanks to you, the American friends of the Beit El Yeshiva, led by Jean and Eugene Gluck, for decades deeply connected to the Beit El institutions, granting so much support and strength. And at this opportunity, we want to express our love and gratitude to you.